All right, let's talk about something that, let's be honest, affects every single one of us. Digital security. I know, that phrase can sound super complicated or even a little scary, but we're gonna cut right through all that noise today. This is not about being afraid, it's about being smart. We're gonna break down a few simple, really powerful steps that absolutely anyone can take to be safer online. So you ready? Let's jump in.
First things first, why should you even care? Well, look at this number, $6.5 billion. According to the FBI's latest report, that's how much people lost to just investment fraud online in 1 year. And that's only one slice of the pie. The threats out there are very, very real.
And when you see a number like that, it's natural to ask this question, right? It feels totally overwhelming, like it's you against this giant, invisible army of hackers. But here's the good news, and it's really good news. You do not need to be a cybersecurity genius to protect yourself, not even close. The secret is just focusing your effort on the few things that really truly matter.
And here's our game plan for how we're gonna do that. First, we'll get a quick look at the threats. Then I'll introduce you to a super simple but powerful idea called the Core 4. We'll go through each one step by step, and by the end of this, you'll walk away with a clear, easy plan.
Okay, first up, Section 1, the digital threat picture. Before you can build a strong defense, you've got to know what you're actually fighting against. So let's take a quick peek at the landscape.
So, this is really interesting. This isn't about the money lost, but about what happens the most often according to all the complaints the FBI gets. Number one, by a long shot, is phishing. That's just the fancy word for when scammers send you fake emails or texts to try and trick you. Then you've got extortion, where they try to blackmail you, and personal data breaches, where your info gets stolen from some company database. Basically, these are the top 3 plays in the bad guy's playbook.
Okay, so we've seen the problem. It's big. But you know what? The solution does not have to be big and complicated. So now, let's talk about a simple, powerful action plan. This is a framework from the security experts at the SANS Institute, and they call it the Core 4.
And here they are. That's it. Just 4 things. I'm telling you, these are the most powerful moves you can make. If you just focus on turning these 4 things into habits, you will massively, and I mean massively, increase your online safety. This is the biggest bang for your buck right here. If you can get these 4 down, you are way ahead of the curve.
All right, let's get into it, starting with the first 2. I want you to think about these like the locks on your house. Your password, that's the main lock on your front door. And that second one, multi-factor authentication, or MFA, that's your deadbolt, and you absolutely need both.
You know, for years, we were all told to make passwords like that thing on the left, a jumbled mess of letters and symbols that's impossible to remember. Well, you can forget all that. The new thinking, which is way better, is a passphrase, like the one on the right. Just 4 random words. Why? Because it's much, much longer, which makes it incredibly hard for a computer to guess, but it's super easy for a human, that's you, to remember. The takeaway, length beats complexity every single time.
But let's get real. Who's going to remember a different 4-word passphrase for every single website? Nobody, that's who. And that's where a password manager comes in. It's a total game changer. It's like a super secure digital vault that creates and remembers all of those long, unique passphrases for you. All you have to do is remember one strong master password to unlock the whole thing.
Okay, so on to the deadbolt, multi-factor authentication. Honestly, this is one of the best things you can do for your security. It means that even if a thief somehow steals your password, they still can't get in. Why? Because they don't have that second piece of the puzzle, that little code that pops up on your phone. It literally stops them cold at the door.
Now, not all MFA is exactly the same. Think of it as good, better, and best. Getting a code sent to you by text message, that's good. It's way, way better than nothing. But even better than that is using an authenticator app on your phone, which generates those codes locally. And the gold standard? A physical security key, like a little USB stick you plug in. The key here is to use the best option you can for your really important accounts. We're talking email, banking, social media. Okay, our digital doors are locked and deadbolted. Fantastic. Let's move on to core skill number 3, training our eyes to spot the scams that criminals are going to try to sneak by us. This is all about learning their psychological tricks.
I bet almost everyone watching has gotten a message like this before. It is such a classic trick. Scammers send this because they know it sparks this intense, almost irresistible curiosity. Your first reaction is, "What? I have to click that and see." And that's exactly what they're counting on.
Here's another one you've probably seen. This one doesn't play on curiosity, it plays on pure fear.
You get this big, scary pop-up, and it's designed to make you panic. They want you to think you have to act right now, to call that number before you have a single second to stop and think about whether it's real.
And this third one is so sneaky because it uses authority and trust. A message that looks like it's from your boss, or maybe from your bank, makes you want to be helpful and act fast. The scammers are banking on the idea that you won't question the request.
So you start to see the pattern, right? It all comes down to hijacking your emotions. Scammers try to create urgency, making you feel like you have to rush. They pretend to be someone in charge, and they try to get a strong emotional reaction out of you, whether it's curiosity, fear, or even excitement. If an email or text makes you feel any of those things, that is your signal to stop. Take a breath and think before you click.
All right, we are at our fourth and final core principle. And I'm not kidding, this might be the easiest and maybe the most powerful step of them all. This is the basic maintenance that keeps your digital house safe and sound.
Seriously? That's it. If you only do one single thing after this, please go into the settings on your devices and turn on automatic updates. Why is this so critical? Well, software companies are in a constant race to find and fix security holes in their products. Updates are how they send those fixes to you. If you don't update, it's like leaving a broken window wide open in your house.
And we're talking about everything. Your computer, whether it's Windows or a Mac, your phone, iPhone or Android, your web browser, Chrome, Safari, Firefox, you name it, and all those little apps you have installed. Just go in, set them all to auto-update, and then you don't have to think about it again. You'll always be protected from the latest known threats.
Wow, we have covered a lot of ground, but you see how it all boils down to just a few simple habits, right? So let's bring it all home and put it together in your new, simple security plan.
And here it is, one last time, the core 4. This is your mental checklist. 1. Use long, unique passphrases and get a password manager to handle them. 2. Turn on multi-factor authentication everywhere you can. 3. Learn to recognize those emotional tricks that scammers use. And 4. Turn on automatic updates. That's it. Mastering these 4 things is the absolute foundation of staying safe in our digital world.
So that brings us to the end. But listen, the goal here wasn't just to throw a bunch of information at you. It was to inspire you to take action. You don't have to do everything at once. Just look at that list and pick one thing. Just one. Are you going to finally get a password manager? Are you going to turn on MFA on your email account? Maybe you'll just go check that your phone is set to auto-update. What's the one small step you're going to take today to make your digital life just a little bit safer?